Children's Friend are champion for Rhode Island's children, providing assistance with health care, counseling, and child care, not to mention education.
Is their unwavering commitment to protect the most vulnerable members of our community.
I believe that every child deserves an opportunity to succeed, and that's why I believe in the mission of Children's Friend.
They continue providing incredible care and support for our children and our families. Their services are available in many of our communities who have been hardest hit by COVID-19.
Every single day, your work that supports family and providing a safe environment for our students to get back into in-person learning.
And Children's Friend does to support and protect children.
Love is care and inspiration. They are truly innocent people that need our help, and Children's Friend has provided that help in so many ways.
That continued deep connection is something that will stay with these children throughout their entire lives.
I hope the Children's Friend will continue to expand and will continue to thrive and continue to provide the vital, high-quality early childhood care that our kids deserve and, quite frankly, that they need.
Good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. My name is Michael DeSandro. I am the Commercial Banking Market Leader for Wells Fargo Bank's Southern New England region, and I am proud to serve as the Chairman of the Board of Directors for Children's Friend. Thank you for joining us today for our first ever virtual luncheon. The agency has learned new ways to do many things this year during the COVID-19 pandemic as we work to best serve our children and families. It is great to see so many people taking time out of their day to support the important work that we are doing on behalf of Rhode Island's youngest and most vulnerable children. Thank you. As you know, we are here today to support our children. Children's Friend has such a long, rich history of providing high-quality services to children and families. For 186 years, this agency has put the needs of Rhode Island's children first, and we are able to do this only with your help. This especially rings true now more than ever this year. We need and appreciate your generous support. The families we serve are faced with real challenges due to the pandemic, and Children's Friend has been a lifeline for the children and families we serve. With your help, Children's Friend will continue to do what's best for vulnerable young children. Now I would like to introduce our MCs for the day. Welcome back our good friend, ABC6 news anchor, Doreen Scanlon, and we are happy to welcome NBC 10 news anchor and health check reporter, Barbara Morse.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Doreen Scanlon from ABC6. I'm the anchor of Good Morning Providence, and I'm usually anchoring ABC6 News at noon, but not today, and that's because I'm so honored to be here to serve as your MC for the annual Children's Friend Investing in Our Children Luncheon. Things are different this year, so I've got a friend to help me out. Please help me welcome Barbara.
Hi, yes, I'm Barbara Morse. So normally I'd be anchoring the noon at NBC 10. I'm also the medical reporter there, and I'm so excited about being here today. Now, normally we're in this big, glorious ballroom with a delicious lunch in front of us. A little bit different this year. We have a little pandemic going on, but hopefully you're at your office or you're at home in your pajamas and enjoying some lunch and joining us today. We're hoping to do some amazing things for Children's Friend.
Yeah, this organization needs our help so much because, as you said, Barbara, so much has changed amid the pandemic, but the mission is still there. That is still the same. I've had the opportunity to work with Children's Friend for several years now, as I know you have as well. I have 2 little ones myself, and so I know the importance of having a happy and healthy start for success in the lives of our children. I've volunteered in the classroom. We participate in the walk every year. We do the holiday drive too. And you really see when you get involved with an organization like Children's Friend, the good that they can do with this support to make a difference for these families in need. And I know, Barbara, you've had a similar experience.
Absolutely. I love what they do with their Head Start programs. You know, they're in the community. They do the holiday blood drive. I'm talking about blood drive now. They do their holiday drive every year. During this pandemic, they have been so there for our families in the community, making sure they're getting the nourishment they need, the clothes they need. And we have the holidays coming up, and obviously the kiddos need the toys they need. So let's get this program started, hey?
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned, Barbara, some of the things that have changed. You know, we've all changed things about our daily lives, and Children's Friend is no exception. So let's take a look at some of the ways that they've helped these families during this difficult time.
The governor has just started her Monday coronavirus briefing.
The next few weeks are going to be very, very difficult.
A lot of news today.
We need to continue with the distance learning.
School buildings will remain closed
here in Rhode Island and throughout the country.
Now, starting today, you must wear that face mask inside, outside, and public.
We'd be moving to distance learning.
Social gatherings are still limited to 5 people.
In the coming days, I'm going to be giving some tough news.
Governor announcing if you travel outside of Rhode Island, you still have to self-quarantine for 14 days.
Shutting down our economy. And we're all going to together have to get used to living with some uncertainty.
We're here to support.
Stay 6 feet apart.
Out of Governor Raimondo, schools are closed this week and they're going to stay closed.
We are looking to stop the spread of illness.
But we have made it a priority to have their well-being and safety met, as well as the students' educational needs.
Oh, the river, a deep, cold river.
We're not scared.
Obviously, serving families is always a priority at Children's Friend. How do we best do that? But it also came about, how do you protect your staff? How do you protect the safety of your staff and the families and the kids that you're serving?
As the world around us was pausing, you didn't. You ensured that children had the tools that they needed to continue their development, to be well, to have food and nourishment. That is what a champion is, and that's what our champions in our community needed.
Kids need food, families need food, kids need housing, kids need to be in safe families. And so those things we never let go. Going virtual and going remote were some of the biggest changes.
Going on a bear hunt. It was one of the first efforts like this I'd seen during the pandemic. The team at Children's Friend was determined to promote literacy and bring a little comfort to children even when they couldn't create those face-to-face interactions. And they did. At Children's Friend, they always find a way.
We have teachers who were teaching in the classroom every single day who immediately went to delivering food to 3 families that they knew needed food every day.
It has been a tremendous challenge for our state's child care infrastructure, and Children's Friend has led the way in ensuring that working families have access to the care they need and that kiddos have the chance to engage in high-quality learning. As our department faced this unprecedented pandemic, Children's Friend has been a key partner in establishing that childcare is in fact a part of our state's key infrastructure.
Get food out to families, get diapers out to families, get formula out to families so that kids were really not left out. We're still in touch with our families and their needs are a little different now than they were before.
Children's Friend was excited to have the opportunity to apply for this funding to improve the quality of our early childhood facilities. Better bathrooms, better classrooms, better supplies in the classrooms, all to benefit the kids that we serve.
And so we had to make just rapid decisions, try to gather as much information as possible to figure out how to keep people safe and how to continue to serve our families. I think there's a lot of learning that we did during this process, and we may have found even better ways to serve families for the long term, even after the effects of the pandemic are over for us.
Over the next year, I hope Children's Friend continues to innovate, find ways to assist children and families during this pandemic. We know they can't do that without our help. So I also hope Rhode Islanders will continue to support Children's Friend for for decades to come. My office pledges to do our part to make that happen.
I want to especially applaud Children's Friend for keeping these services available during the COVID-19 epidemic when they are so desperately needed. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you all for making this virtual event a success this year. Let's continue to support this great organization and the children of Rhode Island for years to come.
Lots of challenges, lots of terrible outcomes from this pandemic, but it was really great to see how in many ways we rallied together as a community.
Well, the pandemic has certainly wreaked havoc on all of us, but not more so than the people who live in many of our communities. There's food insecurity. Many of them don't have the clothes they need or the books they need or a lot of the essentials. This is why Children's Friend is here to provide those. And that's why we're relying on you. If you're watching this right now, can you share it with somebody else? Because for everybody you share this with, an anonymous donor is going to add to the tally, and we're hoping to raise, many tens of thousands of dollars. This is what you can do today. You can donate today online. Click donate at the top of the screen. If you're watching this on your computer, just hit that donate button. It's so easy, just press that donate button. You can make a donation online. I have to read this off here just so I get it right. Or you can text 41444. That's pretty easy, isn't it? 41444. You can even call in your donation. We have some lovely folks over there ready to talk to you and to take those donations and maybe to tell you a little bit more about Children's Friend. Our phone lines are open right now. The number to call, jot this down quickly, 401-276-4328. I'm going to say that again, 401-276-4328. And I'm going to be here at the donation desk for the duration of this hour. I'm going to tell you about these lovely things you can buy raffle tickets for. But right now I'm going to toss it over to Doreen.
Yeah, Barbara, so many things look so good behind you. I
Oh,
can't
my
wait to hear
goodness.
more. Yeah, all up for raffle today, so stay tuned for that. But I do want to introduce our first speaker today, David Caprio. He is the CEO of Children's Friend. We saw him a little bit in that video, and he really does work so tirelessly, as you saw, pivoting, changing the way they're doing things. And he's leading a group of individuals doing just that on behalf of some of Rhode Island's youngest and most vulnerable children. Here's David.
Good afternoon, and thank you for participating in the 2020 Investing in Our Children Luncheon. More importantly, thank you for being part of the Children's Friend family and for your support of our work. To state the obvious, we can't improve outcomes for vulnerable young children without your support. This pandemic has caused pain and chaos across the globe and right here in our community. The impacts from COVID were quick to move in, and they will be long-lasting. As an organization which has traditionally achieved our mission through in-person classroom learning, in-person office visits, and in-person home visits, we had to adapt and innovate quickly and dramatically to meet the needs of our kids and our families. As Children's Friend and all of America were closing buildings and limiting in-person visits to protect our staff and our families and to keep people healthy, many of our families already living on the edge experienced a severe food shortage due to job losses and also the loss of school-based meals for their kids. Our agency, our staff, and you, our community, jumped into action to support our kids and our families. Literally, within days of the negative impacts from COVID here in Rhode Island, Children's Friend was delivering between 100 and 200 meals to our families on a daily basis. Thanks to our donors, including many restaurants who were struggling themselves, and to our creative and committed staff, for over 6 weeks together, we met the immediate food needs of our families. And it's not that Children's Friend shifted its focus to become a hunger relief organization. It is that we know that a hungry child cannot learn and develop. And we know that a family experiencing the stress from lack of food, that family risks breaking down and experiencing a host of negative outcomes. It is why our WIC services, nutrition services for pregnant moms and young children never stopped throughout this pandemic. And as other emergency food options started to emerge for families, we refocused our efforts on how we could best promote the well-being and the healthy development of Rhode Island's youngest and most vulnerable children. We resumed in-person home visits in safe and creative ways, meeting families in backyards, meeting families in the park. We reorganized our sites and our classrooms to bring children back into safe, dynamic classrooms to continue their learning and development. So now at Children's Friend, through a combination of in-person services, virtual visiting, and remote learning, we are working to support our kids and our families in the best ways possible, just as we always have and just as you always allow us to. Ensuring that children temporarily removed from their homes have a safe and loving foster family to take them in, that's protecting vulnerable young kids in our child welfare system. It is why we supported our foster families during this pandemic. And we didn't just support them, but we also continued to recruit new foster families. And we continue to do so now to meet the needs of our kids. Perhaps you might consider opening your home to a foster child. If so, visit our website to learn more. Family visiting and family preservation services continue in full force. We know our kids need to grow and develop in strong, safe, and stable families. We know it is not only best for kids to have strong, safe, and stable families, but it is also better for society overall. Knowing that high-quality early childhood education is the absolute best economic development investment for government, our Head Start, our pre-K, and our childcare classrooms are back in session. Although differently than before, they are back in session to ensure both the safety of, as well as the education of, and the development of our kids. So I want to take a moment, I want to thank our staff, our Luncheon subcommittee, our MCs, and our social investment hosts today for putting together a great first virtual Investing in Our Children Luncheon. I also want to thank our sponsors of the luncheon. Your generous support is appreciated, and it is critical to the work and the success of Children's Friend. And thank you, all of you, for joining us today, for buying raffle tickets, for making social investments, and for being an important member of the Children's Friend family. Enjoy the luncheon and stay safe.
And we so appreciate all the work that David Caprio puts in and his entire staff. You know, it takes a village, right? So we really appreciate what Children's Friend does, but we also appreciate what you're doing just by tuning in today and listening to us and hopefully pressing that donate button that you see on your screen. I'm just reminding you that that is there. And we thank all of our sponsors, because without you, I mean, we need that, you know, money to start us off. And as I said, we're trying to raise tens of thousands of dollars. If we can do more than that, I don't know, you know, millions, that would be good too. A little bit later on, we're going to tell you how you can support us. You know, we have some raffle items. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, but right now I'm going to toss it right on over to Doreen again.
All right, thanks, Barbara. Yeah, some of those sponsors are listed right here behind me, and you make sure you check out those names and support them too for supporting us, because we really, really appreciate it. We have a lot more to come for you. Right now, we're going to talk about some of our wonderful friends who support Children's Friend throughout the year, and they really do so much to help the mission and help out Rhode Islanders. So let's take a look at that video.
Children's Friend has been serving the families of Rhode Island for years, and it's hard to overstate the value of their work, keeping our families together and nourished and healthy, and I'm just so grateful that they're here and thriving in our community.
The organization has been here serving children consistently since 1834. That's amazing. What better than children and friend? So serving the vulnerable children in Rhode Island over a long period of time, being a friend to everybody who's in need, children, their families, and the like, is very inspiring every day.
Children need to interact with same-age peers to develop skills that help them succeed in school. Children's Friend gives these children the opportunity to grow in a safe and high-quality environment right here in our community.
Children's Friend truly is one of the strongest partners that we have here in the city of Providence. And I hope that over the next 2 years we can continue to build on that partnership and make sure that it's even stronger for whoever inherits this office long after I'm done.
Every day you are making a significant difference, one child at a time. Not just in our current state of affairs in our communities, but in our future. Because everything you do today will have a positive impact in our future.
Quality family services and early childhood education are worthwhile investments for our children. One of my favorite traditions is attending your yearly holiday drive. You do make things merry and bright for so many Rhode Island families.
When I worked for Mayor Alorza, I was able to work with the Children's Friend team to identify an abandoned Providence school building. The Children's Friend was able to completely renovate to become a state-of-the-art early learning center for kids. As DHS director, I attended the ribbon cutting and couldn't have been more proud of the Children's Friend team for what they delivered to the families of that community.
And no matter how many thousands of children and families they help, they never lose sight of the individual and their personal story. That continued deep connection is something that will stay with these children throughout their entire lives.
And so having an organization like Children's Friend, where their focus is the well-being of our children and families.
Through wraparound services and programs like Head Start and Early Head Start, Children's Friend gives children the opportunity to thrive and families the tools to be healthy, safe, and stable.
Whether it's through their crisis intervention services, Head Start centers, family literacy programs, or any one of their many advocacy programs, Children's Friend has made a life-changing impact on thousands of Rhode Island families.
And one of the things that I love is the various different volunteer programs that we work together on. We work on the holiday drive together. We bring our corporate partners in to partner with us and the Children's Friend to provide a great level of support.
I hope that you will all be as generous as possible, because we absolutely need to support and make sure that Children's Friend is strong today and for many years to come.
At Children's Friend,
family-centered,
seamless,
outcome-driven,
advocates,
stewards,
Children's Friend.
I stand.
I stand.
I stand.
I stand.
I stand.
I stand.
I stand with Children's Friend.
And you know, I stand with Children's Friend as well. Now we're getting to, I think, a very special part of this program where we actually see the people who benefit from Children's Friend, right, Doreen?
Such a difference when we really get to know these families that are being helped, because the impact of this agency's services that they have on families, it's truly life-changing, and that's really why we're here today, right? So we're going to hear from Dana Mullen. She is the Chief of Programs, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about the agency's programs and services. We're also going to meet a very special mom, Avonda Lima. She's doing all she can to support her children and give them a better life.
Hello, I'm Dana Mullen, Chief of Programs at Children's Friend. I've been at Children's Friend for 16 years, and I've seen firsthand how we continue to grow and innovate. This past year has been a year like no other, and certainly has been a challenge for all of us. The pandemic has forced us to approach our work differently. Whether it's home visiting or center-based, things have changed. The COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted what we already know about the vulnerable populations that we serve. We know that the communities we serve within the urban core continue to be disproportionately impacted by the virus. And we know that our families face barriers in accessing these services that they need. There is real risk there. That combination of highly impacted communities and lack of services and interventions won't lead to positive outcomes. And the pandemic has also highlighted what we already know about our staff and the criticality of the services we provide. We are providing services to clients in crisis, and our staff continue to go above and beyond, whether it's accessing emergency assistance funding for families who need food, or providing a mother with diapers for her baby, or helping a family get into a shelter. Our staff find a way to get it done. Our social workers, teachers, therapists, and nurses build relationships with families that go beyond child development. We are the lifeline for so many of our families. Many of our families have no one to turn to for support in a crisis. When a crisis hits, our staff are the first responders. You are about to hear the story of one of our clients. This is why we do what we do and why we need your support to advance our mission.
I started when had my first son because I was nervous. I thought I could have done it myself. So I reached out for extra help. So they children and friends reached out back, and they had a good support, and they've been helping me. And then Betty, she makes sure I did my chores, like reach out to the doctors or reach out for the wig for my kids, and also like make some appointments. And she reach out for school for me if I can get in touch with them. Find a place for food.
When we're not involved in an agency like this, like you have no one to turn to, right? And I told her I would always be here without judgment. I'm here as a worker, and I'm here as just someone to listen and always find whatever is best for her and her kids.
Right now, I'm living in McCoy Village. It's a place that Miss Betty found out for me. So I was living a rough moment. I was almost getting evicted. And she reached out to them and she brought me there, and we did application. She's not just there.
I've been working with Vonda for about 2 years. I had her daughter as an early Head Start client, and then I had her older son Lucas for Head Start. And I believe it was that first holiday drive, the Christmas time, that we had like a breakthrough with each other, where we just had like that connection right there, where I was like, this mom wants the program, this mom wants to be a better parent, she just wants to be there for her kids.
She was confident, and she was someone that understand what I was saying. She would listen, she wouldn't judge me, she wouldn't step on top of what I was saying.
I can honestly say I've seen an immense amount of growth with Evanda, her kids, with Lucas. Like, he's such a smart, like, young man. He's so cute. Like,
Betty was there for him in school. She would call me. She'd be like, you don't need to come. I got it. I spoke to him. Since she wouldn't know Lucas so well, like, she would have talked to him. He would have calmed down and like would listen to her. She goes home and speak to Lucas, like help him school stuff and bring more work that understand his anger issue, and she teach me how to comfort myself and how to understand my child and support him at the moment. She did everything that I asked her, like not just as a worker, but as a friend, as a person, being there for me.
I always tell her, like, everything that you've reached to the point that you've gotten to has been you. I'm only guiding you to the right direction. I always tell you that strength comes from within. It's just hard to find it. But when you have someone pushing you to it, like, that's, everything. Evanda, I've told you this since day one. It's all you.
It was the moments you helped me with my kids, and you helped me mentally, physical, So that was more to me than a worker. Because when I need somebody, even though I couldn't find my therapy, I called you, you talked to me, you give me words, you give me books, and those all help me as a mother, as a person. So that's why I said you've been there for me and you did help me. That's why I'm here.
Evanda's been one of my first families, and one of the reasons why I will continue to do this work for as long as I can. Because, we see the potential in our families, and I always tell Evanda, we start off at different places, and my goal is that we all have the same opportunity. And like your kids, both of them, they're so smart. You're doing your GED, you plan on being an EMT. Those are goals that are so reachable and doable for you, and you're heading in the right direction.
Certainly your future is brighter and your children's future is brighter. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
What an amazing story by Evanda, and that's why we're here, for folks like her and her family and other families out there. I want to remind you, you notice there's a lot of things around me. Well, you can buy raffle tickets for this. I know, for one thing, our lottery scratch tickets, they're $75 a ticket. We're only selling, I think, 75. There are 20 left, so you can go online and purchase this. You can purchase it up until October 30th, but I have a feeling those tickets are going to go quickly. We have other things here. We have a liquor basket. We have several liquor baskets, a backyard barbecue, Block Island trip. Who doesn't want to go to Block Island? Home revamp, office revamp, personal chef, hello, Rhode Island experience, and chartered fishing excursions. So much to buy raffle tickets for. I encourage you to do this now before they run out. So, and again, we are going to draw that name on October 30th. Now, I want to get into something special, something we do every year, right, Doreen? The social investment.
Yes, Barbara. This is a really, really fun thing that we do every year. It's a tradition for us at Children's Friend, and it's really your opportunity to help children and families in need. And you've been manning that donations desk as our special correspondent over there today. It's really been great. And there are so many things that are different, but we're going to keep this part of our tradition the same, okay? So we have two good friends of Children's Friend who are joining us today, and they have made it a priority to be here today. So, live from Albuquerque, New Mexico, it's Bajat Sharif. He is now the chief, hi Bajat. He's now the chief operating officer at Twister's Burgers and Burritos. He is a longtime supporter of Children's Friend. He's been a luncheon committee member, an advocate for families. He reads to the kids. He brings props. You don't want to read after him, trust me. He upstages me every time. He may have moved across the country, my friends, but we could not do this luncheon without him today. Hi, Bajat. It's so great to see you.
We have Paul Cronin, Chief Executive Officer, and make sure I say this right. Is it Apogee?
Apogee, IT services.
Apogee, IT. We all need IT, don't we?
Is.
We get desperate for IT.
Great
He's our
IT.
wonderful luncheon volunteer who comes back year after year to help support us. And you have your cowboy hat on, so I'm going to put my cowgirl hat on just so I can, let me fix this.
There you go. Howdy, ma'am.
So look at us,
there you
sir.
go. I'm even packing my own gun, too. Look at this one.
Well,
Yeah, quick draw today. Vote.
So take it away.
There it is. Well, Baja, we want to talk a little bit about why we're here today and what some of the great things Children's Friends
so
doing.
just to make sure, can you guys hear me and see me okay?
A-okay, partner.
Very good. I got a special hat, came all the way to Albuquerque with me. So calling live from Albuquerque, I hope you can hear me and see me okay. I am so excited to share a lot of stuff with you. But first, I gotta tell you that this emotional, unbelievable video by Ivanda, it was really, really, really over the top. It speaks very loud of the services and the stuff that Children's Friend does every day. And some of you may or may not know this, all right? Children's Friend celebrating 186 years doing what they do best every day. So it's a really, really cool thing. We are very, very grateful, Paul and myself, to be part of this again. And we have an amazing few minutes program for you here. We really need every one of you to be a patriot today and make an amazing difference in the life of children in Rhode Island. So I like to start with the first program, if I can, Paul. And Paul, I know there's about a second delay or so. It does take the signal a little bit to get 2,400 miles to you. So I really like to focus on the Early Learning Fund that Children's Friend invests so much time and energy and passion in introducing to kids all over, right? And again, that covers kindergarten, that covers nutrition, health, visiting services. That helps families, parents to receive the proper training. It makes a difference in Rhode Island's most vulnerable kids. And I'm very, very, very proud to be part of this, honestly. And as all of you know me and know me for a long time, this makes an enormous difference in the neighborhood and communities that just mile and half a mile away from all of us here today. And we are all committed to making a difference. And I heard rumors that's over 388 people watching today. So that is outstanding. That is a record for us, honestly. So I say, let's get the ball rolling. And can we start, Paul, with $1,000 donation? I'm going to turn it over to you. Here you are, Paul.
Who's going to get us going at $1,000? Who's going to kick us off? There's our first number, $1,000, Mark Griffin. Thank you very much, Mark, for kicking us off. Who's going to get us number 2? Come on now, let's see number 2. Waiting for number 2 to come on in here. Number 2, 1,000. So that makes 2,000. We're building up. Let's go. Let's see those 1,000 votes coming on in. How's it looking, Barbara? How's it looking? You want to remind people again how you can vote? How you can donate?
I'm like walking around here because I'm trying to find out if people are calling, and we encourage people to call in and donate. Also, you can donate from your screen. But yeah, we need you guys to really, step up to the plate, don't we?
We do. You can text 4114. Let's go. There's another one. There's $1,000, another $3,000 there now. We're at $4,000. Let's bring this up. Keep it coming. Come on. Keep it coming. Let's go. A little bit back to you, Bajat. Let's talk a little bit about how this fund works and what else they can be doing through that donation.
Yes, so I'm gonna jump in here real quickly, Paul, and say we have 1,000. So just to remind you, right, the text is on the bottom of the screen. You can text to 41444, or you can call the call center right now. There are live people waiting for your phone call at 401-276-4328. So with that, Paul, let me jump into the $500 mark, right? If I can. And the $500 mark is a really cool opportunity that you all can make a difference. And let me tell you how wild this is, all right? This $500 will absolutely prevent child homelessness, which is growing in our communities more so than any other year, right? So this is a very, very, very important thing, and we can all make a difference. And that $500 will put food on the table for families. It will go a very, very long way. These communities are Providence, Pawtucket, Central Falls, which is all around us, as we all know, right? Within a handful of miles, we cover all these areas and make an amazing difference. So Paul, I really would like you to push this $500 donation from everyone, please. Go for it, Paul.
You betcha. It does so much for the vulnerable children, and well said, Bajat, about how this program really addresses the needs of so many communities. Here's gonna go now. We're looking for $500. I got one $500 looking at Susan Dickstein. Thank you, Susan. There's number 2 now coming in from Jill Katowitz. So thank you, Jill. We got 3 over there right now. Joyce Torme. 4 over there with Honglan Jin. Yes, there we go. We're getting those votes, the numbers that we need. Come on, come on. Lee Grossi, $500, and thank you very much. Keep those coming. Let's keep them going. Bajad, what other ways can that fund help people?
Paul, let me jump in for a second and help you out here. So it also puts food on the table, as we know, and it provides a safe and stable home for all these kids. It's also the car seat. I don't know how many of you know, but car seats are not $25 anymore, all right? Car seats are in the $250 these days, all right? It provides a stable home. It cribs, beds, clothing, high chairs, all the things that we don't think about every single day. The $500 makes an enormous difference. Paul, I would love to get a couple more $500 before we move.
Let's get that going. Let's get those phones ringing. Barbara, how's things looking over there?
Well, it looks like we have over 4,000 in donations, but our goal today is $25,000. So it's important that if you're watching this to really step up to the plate, please, right?
Well, let's go. Let's get those phones going again. Okay, we're looking for $500 now. $500, looking for $500 now. There's one more $500. There we go. Keep that coming. Let's keep those phones ringing. I can hear them going loud. Let's go. Remember, this is the magic gun today. This is
how
our
many $500 did we get so far? How many $500?
So right now we have 6 $500 donations. Let's go to 10. Let's get to 10.
Come on, let's get 2 more.
Yeah, come on. Let's keep it going. You know, one of the things when you're explaining this, there's nothing more than I can really think about when I heard about cribs is when I lay my head down at night, for me to also, before I shut my eyes, to think about the crib that I actually gave to a child who's now shutting their eyes in the warmth and coverness of a really safe environment. So, you know, it's something that goes far further than just, you know, a crib. It's really about a lifetime experiencing and positively impacting their lives. So, you know, think about that, and let's get some more $500 coming on in here. Come on now, let's go. $500, looking for $500. Let's work this up now. Looking for $500.
$500.
Come on now. Make that call. Send that text. Let's get over there right now and make a difference in these child's lives. Here we go now.
All right, because Paul, if we don't get another $500, I think you and I are going to be fired next year.
I don't know. You know, it's
a tough crowd here today.
We have some
What's
remarkable people out there that help Children's Friend all year long through their support and their efforts, and they show up here today and like they have for years and make such a big difference. So we're asking for a little bit more of that big difference that you do all year long in this big $500 donation.
All right, so I'm gonna switch us off to $250, and I want to talk about it for a second. All right, so the $250 is really a workforce assistance fund. It helps break the poverty cycle. All right, it really makes a difference in parents. If we want to set parents on the right course, I believe the workforce fund will really be a mighty helpful thing to give to parents that are trying to get off that poverty cycle. And we all share that responsibility locally. And please, I would love for you to raise your hand. Raise your hand, $250. That's not more than 2 meals somewhere on Federal Hill these days, right? So please, let's go ahead and jump in and throw a bunch of $250 to Paul. Paul?
Here we go now. We're looking for $250. I've got one over here with Commissioner Stephen Paré. Thank you very much, Stephen. We've got Charlotte over here for another $250. John Cragen over here for another $250. Shayna Turner, $250 as well. Thank you very much. Rosemary Dyer, thank you for another $250 as well. You know, it's just what I just said. It's really about that impact. You know, this workforce assistance fund, it's giving a helping hand up. It's helping to teach somebody how to fish and not giving them a fish. It's giving them an opportunity to learn a new trade and then to go to work with a career. It really goes a long way. Let's get back to that $250 ask right now. So here we go right now, another $250 from Jonathan Howard. So thank you very much, Jonathan. Another one, $250 from Mike DeSano. Thank you, Mike, very much. Very, very much. So $250, looking for another $250. Make that call, make that difference. Barbara, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking people really
Barbara,
need.
how many do we have so far, Paul?
I think we're
8.
Usually we put it up on the screen, but I think we're close to $8,000 and we're up to $10,000. Yeah, thank you. But we still need to raise another $15,000 to really make a difference. But we're up to $10,000, and we really appreciate every single one of you who donates. And you can do it until the end of this virtual luncheon or even after, right, Paul?
Yep, you can. It doesn't stop here. I know we have a short window today, so please keep the numbers coming.
I'm going to jump in one more time
there
here.
You go.
And jump us to the $125 mark. And we are almost there, folks. And you all should be extremely proud of the impact you're having on a lot of people, right? $125 will give a newborn first set of clothing, right? Leaving the hospital. It also keeps them warm. Don't forget, I mean, I know I'm in New Mexico. It does get cold here. The average temperature in New England, in Rhode Island, in Providence is 20.3 degrees Fahrenheit in January, all right? And it may sound silly today, we're still fall, right? But these things happen all year long, and they are very, very brutal. Child coat, winter boots, hats, mittens, gloves, scarves, right? It's $125, and I can't see how we can't get 10 of them, all right? So Paul, the ball in your court, my friend.
Back to me, thanks. So we're looking for $125. We got one $125 donation here from Scott Devona. Scott, thank you very much for getting us going with this important fund. We're over here on the other side. We've got Erwin Cruz, another $125 coming in. Carrie Ann Nappy, $125, bringing it home for us. Thank you very much, Carrie Ann. Nancy LaChance, $100. Thank you very much. You know what, a little $25 difference, but hey, we'll take anything we can get at this point right now. $100 also coming in for Irene Ferreira. So thank you very much, Irene. Oh, here's another one, Bajat and Barbara. We've got Joe Comedic, $500.
Wow.
So Joe, you know, you're not standing in line. You're making a difference. Thank you very much, Joe. We really appreciate that very much.
That's awesome. All right. Well, I got a surprise for you, Paul. Next one is $50. And we talked about this every year. And this one plays a very, very big role the one thing that social workers ask for every time they go to a home, that an infant does not have a good place, a warm place to sleep in. So that's why we talked about pack and play. It's a little crib, all right? It's a portable crib. The social worker takes it out of the trunk of their car and put it in the needy home immediately. That costs $50, all right? $50, all right? So today, don't order pizza for takeout, and you just provided somebody a crib, a pack and play, $50. And I'm gonna do better than that. If we can double 10 donations of $50, we have a match. We have a $500 match. So let's get 20 $50 so we can make an enormous difference, and it warms up every social worker's heart when they enter a home. Paul?
Who's going to get us going at $50 now? We're looking 50. We've got one here right now from Eva. Thank you very much, Eva, for getting us going. Wendy Kins, thank you for another $50 as well. Amy Flaherty, $50 as well. We were at 3 and on our way to 10. So let's see who else can help us. Meanwhile, along the other same path as we just had, from some help with the 500, we've got another one coming in from Chantre Marchand at $500. So thank you very much. Another one from the Commissioner, Steve Perry, at $500. So thanks again, Steve, for continuing to give at this incredible time. Thank you very much. Looking for $50 now. They're coming in fast to us right now. We've got Catherine Tatora. Catherine, $150. Catherine trying to roll it up, get us to that 10 with three $50 donations at $150. Stanley Kuzi. Stanley, thanks. You know, you missed out on the $125 based on the phone ringing, but now you've just donated. So thank you again, how far that goes as well.
Hey, Paul, yeah. I counted roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 $50.
Yeah.
That sounds right?
Yeah.
Can we get 5 more? 5 more, $50.
Just, I love what your analogy was. You know, it's an out to dinner. It's a trip down the street, right? Mm-hmm. It's you know, way that we can put that $50 something really good. What is more fundamental than this? I mean, than safety. Really, Barbara, I mean, what's more fundamental than safety?
I have to tell you that 2 of my cheer moms, we have a group that we call the cheer moms, Carrie Ann and Shannon, both donated $125. So I'm donating $125. So we'll add that on too.
Thank you very much, Barbara. That's awesome. And, you know, that goes along too. We just had something come in from Judy Cuccelli and Corelli, and $250 by that. So that's incredible. Another Cameron Kaping too is $20. So, you know, these gifts, no matter what they are so important. Let's go back to that $50 ask.
Before we close, if you can manage to get one more $50, I'll double that $50.
There we go. We're looking for one. This is your chance. Turn it into $100. We're asking you, this is a great cause. What better reason is there to be here today than to positively impact the lives and communities of others, right? And that's it. And that's what you're doing with your donation and helping Children Friends have incredible success with all of their funds in the community that they serve. Oh, Eva Hulsa just came in, $50. So thank you very much, Eva. There's your matching one, Bajat. There you go. That's what we're looking for, and that's awesome.
Very good.
So,
very good.
I know
so, do you have any more going, Paul?
Nope, just some more asks. We're giving people time because we know it takes a little bit of time, whether it's, how can they, again, you know, donate today?
You know, we're making it very easy today, okay. Paul. They can, you know, text 41444, super simple. And, you know, no donation is too little. You got $10, $15, $25. We're going to take that, right? You can also call, and the people, lovely people over there taking your phone calls, they want your phone calls. You can call 401-276-4328. We're making it very easy. You can also, on your screen, there's a donate button. You can press that donate button. It's so simple.
There it is. So,
and I think we're up to between $13,000 and $14,000. And I know some of you are out there we're up to 15,000. See, as I speak, it just keeps going up. We know a lot of you are sitting there thinking you might be eating your lunch and thinking, you know, what can I afford? You know, if you go out to eat at Federal Hill, you're easily going to spend $50 to $100. These are helping families in need. They need heat, they need food, they need clothing. You know, at the Christmas time, kids need the toys. You know, the little things that a lot of us take for granted. So all you have to do is, you know, call in, text, we make it super easy for you, right, Paul?
You betcha. And Connor's back again, and this time it looks like a $50. So he's building on what he already had, had already called in. So that's really nice. Thank you very much, Connor. And we've got also Pauline Bellarino and $100. So thank you very much, Pauline, and really helping to bring this home. I really appreciate it.
Great
What an
job,
outstanding
Paul.
group of people. I mean,
Great,
really.
great job, Paul. Great job, Barbara. Please, I would ask everybody to text. Use your phone right now in closing and text to 41444, like Barbara said. And the call center is open, 401-276-4328. In closing, I want to thank all of you. I want to thank my partner in crime, Paul. Paul, I love you, man. I miss you. I will see you very, very soon. Barbara, Doreen, Stacy, David Caprio, and everyone, thank you for having me. Great job, everybody. You should all be very, very, very proud.
And thank you to all of the people out there who picked up the phone, who text, all of you that make a difference every day in what we do and how we do it. So without you, we wouldn't be successful in serving the community that we do. So thank you very much.
And I just want to remind everyone, if you weren't able to give during this particular time, there's still time to give. Again, you can text 41444. You can call the number 276-4328. And this is for our social investment. But there's another way you can make a difference. See, I'm surrounded by all of this stuff that I would love to take home. But you can take it home by buying a raffle ticket. You know, you can buy raffle tickets, $75 a ticket, and we're selling a limited amount. We're selling 75. We've already sold around 60, so we're selling about 15 more. So you can get in on that. We have wine baskets. We have backyard barbecue baskets. So go on the website and choose what you want to buy tickets for. Buy tickets for all of them. And again, no donation is too small. You've got $10. We'd love to have that $10, $15, $20, whatever you have. So please help us out. Right, Doreen?
Absolutely, Barbara. I just finished making my donation. It does take a second, so maybe that's why if you didn't get to hear your name, that's why. It just takes a second to put in all of your info and for all of it to go through. So there's still time to make those donations. We'll continue to collect them. Hey, for as long as you want to give to us, right, Barbara? We want to thank Bajat and Paul, too, so very much. They have a way of getting you to open up your wallets and just give because, you know, when we hear these stories today, it just makes you want to help, right? So it is a tough job, and they do it so well. We appreciate their passion. And Barbara, over there on the donations desk, thank you to you as well. We do have an award portion of our program for all of our friends who regularly attend our luncheon. You know this part's coming up, so we want to get to that, honoring a community partner who's really gone above and beyond for our vulnerable children and families, and this year is no different. So this year, Children's Friend honors Nordson Corporation with the 2020 Friend of Children Award. So bravo to Nordson. So let me tell you a little bit about them. Over the years, they've sponsored the Summer Learning and Enrichment Program, where children can enjoy fun educational activities. They get some healthy meals and snacks. It's also a safe place to play outdoors. Nordson has also supported the expansion of the culturally and linguistically responsive, or CLR, classrooms that vigorously promote diversity and advanced language and literacy skills, particularly in children who are English learners. Most recently, they generously invested in the renovation of the Althea Center in Providence and volunteered their time to help build the playground. It's really beautiful. On the hottest days of the summer last year, Nordson volunteers, they dug the holes, they installed that playground equipment, and they set up the classrooms as well. Their hard work and dedication created a beautiful new outdoor play space for the community, and they helped to open the Althea Center last fall. Children's Friend is so grateful to have such a committed partner in Nordson Corporation and the Nordson Corporation Foundation. Earlier this week, the Chief of Philanthropy here at Children's Friend, Stacy Kudo, presented the award to Tara Terreso, the Vice President and General Manager of EFD Division at Nordson Corporation. So let's watch that.
On behalf of Children's Friend, we are thrilled to be honoring Nordson Corporation with the 2020 Friend of Children Award for all that you've done for vulnerable children and their families in Rhode Island and for your investment in our important work. Thank you so very much.
On behalf of Nordson Corporation, I'm thrilled to accept this award. It is a testament to all of our colleagues worldwide and your passion that you have for our community. As you all know, I recently joined the Nordson family, and one of the key reasons I joined was the passion we have as a company for giving back. And this award is just one great example of it. Now, more than ever, our communities need us, and we are proud to be a partner together with Children's Friend. It's an amazing organization, and thank you again for this award.
Congratulations to you, Tara, and everybody at the Nordson Corporation. We really want to thank all of you who joined us for watching today, for all of your generous support. You've really made a difference for our children and our families. Just a reminder, here's something really neat, guys. If you made a gift today and your company has a matching gift program, remember, that makes it count as double. So make sure you take advantage of that as well. And as we close today's program, I do want to thank everybody who worked on the Luncheon Committee. They spent so much time planning today's event. As you can imagine, it's not easy to switch from that big, beautiful ballroom to a virtual event like here today. We also want to thank all of our sponsors. You can see them again listed right here behind me. They really helped make this happen as well. It's your support that proves that our community really does embrace the work that we are doing on behalf of Rhode Island's youngest and most vulnerable children. Finally, the Children's Friend Spirit of Giving Holiday Drive. It's right around the corner. In case you haven't heard, Christmas is coming. So we want you to watch this video and learn a little bit more about how that's going to be different this year, and you can still help spread joy this holiday season. So we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and stay healthy, everybody.